So that's one thing. And for me, I also just use the old way, which is the Google search. Yeah, just search whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay.
I think now with all these different platforms, I think even Google itself, you can already get so many things available.
Correct.
Right? So just by typing John on Google, photographer, content creator, you have everything about him. So John, I'm very curious about this, right? So of course, you said that you started off everything with an iPhone. Is that the very first thing that you started your career with an iPhone, right?
Well, let me see. I actually started to, actually I did some projects with the iPhone.
With the iPhone, what year?
2013.
13. So what model was it?
Yeah. That time should be iPhone 4S. Yeah.
4S. I think the very small one, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, so and then of course along the way, I'm sure you evolved, right? You became you. Let's not use the word upgrade, but I think so. So of course you actually started to use more sophisticated gadgets and better stuffs. So maybe can you tell us what are some of the specific gadgets that you actually are using now at the moment?
Okay, depending on that moment or when you have the idea, what you want to shoot, and because everything is just tools. So for example, if you want something more with depth of field and stuff like that, you can't do it in an iPhone, so you have to shoot with a DSLR. So so sometimes really depends. Like for example, when I'm on the trip, sometimes I just find that shooting with the iPhone is so much easier than shooting with the DSLR. So it really boils down to the end result, what you want, and you just shoot with what you have. Yeah.
Sure. So of course I'm an iPhone user myself, but even sometimes my younger team members actually know the functions better than me. So I only use the regular camera that actually my team has always tell me, no, there's so many other features in the camera itself. All right. So John, one thing that I don't think that we have actually asked you is because you mentioned about you used to go to Genting to just take the fog, you chase over the sunset, you go over to Sepang. So actually in your career now, what types of photo shoot actually are you're more inclined to take? Or maybe I'm sure there are some things that you want or you would love to go for it, and there are some types of shoot that you may say, it's okay. So which are the type that you really like to do?
There's no certain types. Actually, I just go along with the flow, and sometimes when you have inspiration to shoot nature, it can be nature. So like for now, is FaceTime shooting is all about portraits. So we shoot portraits. So so there's no specific. So I try to shoot anything and everything. Yeah.
So what have you not done yet at the moment? Do you have any wish list or to-do list that you plan to do, hopefully in the nearest future?
To-do list is try to travel more. I think everyone is looking forward to it.
Sure. So to take more shots in different other places, right?
Correct.
How long does it actually take? Like for example, let's say a FaceTime shoot, or even how long? What is the regular time frame of actually taking a shot and until the end product?
Okay, there's no time frame. It always depends on you. So like for me, I always like to shoot fast because I don't like the models to wait for me and stuff like that. And usually by half an hour, I can finish one portrait shoot.
Oh.
So, but if let's say, for example, if you are more into planning with the model, like background, and then what type of color of clothes she must wear, and that will involve a lot of planning. Otherwise, I'll just let the model wear what she is comfortable with, and I just go on with the shoot. So I can wrap up the shoot in half an hour.
Oh, well, even half an hour, that's very fast. Because I used to think you have to wait 3 hours, then you test the lighting a bit, then come here.
Yeah, those are with lightings and stuff like that. So if you are using natural light, just shoot. Yeah, don't think too much.
Okay. So here comes the point. So me, as I was searching there, then Pixel camera phone is something very trendy right now. So personally, from your take, do you think it's worth it, or you think iPhone is still the best?
Okay, this is a very interesting question. So to me, all smartphones are just tools. All right, whatever brand, you can always shoot with it. So it's not which brand is the picture will come out nicer. Even iPhone or Samsung, it's all the same because the thing is, we are all viewing in different devices. The colors will be slightly different also. So the most important thing is sharing an experience lah. So if you're talking about smartphones specifically, then depending on the smartphone, what they're targeting at. So like, let's say, for example, if you're a layman, you're not so good in photography. Usually these kind of people, they seldom edit photos. So they just take the pictures and just post.
Yeah.
So they want a camera, a smartphone camera, which can just do everything. All right. Maybe the colors is already saturated, more sharper, so they can just post straight away. But for iPhone, the pictures, somehow you still need to edit a little bit to enhance it. Yeah. So that appeals to different kind of people. So yeah, to me, smartphones, any brand is all good. So just depends on how you shoot it.
Okay. All right. Good. So when you're saying that, those kind of person that like to just take and then shoot, right? So yeah, you're speaking to me. I'm like that. No edit, I just jalan, right?
Correct.
So and very coincidentally, right? So I actually it was over LinkedIn Learning. So I managed to find a module, and they talk a little bit about the lighting and all, right? So I want to hear from your perspective. Can you give us some tips on camera setting and lighting during photo shoot?
Okay, for camera setting, if you're talking about DSLR, I think the first thing you need to really learn is on the exposure triangle. Once you understand the exposure triangle, you are able to take a lot of pictures, but you need to take a lot of pictures, along the way. Just keep taking the pictures and you will improve. For lighting wise, I will share with you also at the end of this interview. So that's part of the tips.
I can't wait. I really can't wait. So exposure triangle, right?
Yes. The exposure triangle is the speed, aperture, and the ISO. Yeah. Once you know about this thing, once you're familiar with these three things, then you're able to shoot. Yeah.
You're gonna share later, right?
This one is quite a longer process, but the viewers can actually search all this exposure triangle on YouTube. You
so
can
let me
learn from there. Yeah.
So it's called ISO.
Your speed and the aperture.
Aperture. Okay.
Yeah.
Go search it.
Otherwise, if you are shooting with your smartphone, then it's just if you're shooting with a smartphone, it's more about composition already, because unless you don't fiddle with the exposure triangle, so it's all about composition.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah. I think this is very, very seems easy, but it's easy said to be done, right? So I totally
practice.
Yes, practice, and also I think it's also it's not just practice, John. I think it's also the will to learn. You see, I think I have to admit this. I don't have that will. Sometimes when my staff tell me, "No, Lawrence, this is wrong," then I will like, it's okay, you take lah. So it is always what I did. So before my next question, maybe I just want to say a few people who said hello to you. Charles Lee saying hello. Lou saying hello to you as well. Hello. And of course, Ming Hong. I think we really have a lot of people that is coming to say hello. Fazli.
Wow.
Okay. They say hello. And of course, Charles said this is really dedication. I think when you mentioned about going to Genting, and so I think this is something that you are impressing a lot of our audience. So John, before we go on to the very technical questions, I just want to stop where you just said just now about doing all this. After the shoot, you do a lot of editing, you do a lot of whatever before you start posting, right? So are there times that you are not happy with your work? Are there times that you're not happy, and what do you do if you're not happy with your work?
Okay, definitely. Okay, sometimes not every picture we take will be nice. So that's when the frustration comes in. So no matter how you edit, it'll just not nice. So that's when we have to stop and then just forget about it and move on. So that's the trick. So then after that, just keep shooting every day. Yeah, that's how I learned.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually, before I get into photography, before I started proposing projects for clients, I actually took 1 year to learn photography before I started to approach clients. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
So
very.
we shoot every day, you know. Yeah.
I think that's very important that you really learn and you have the skills first, right? So
Correct.
I'm very curious, are there times that when you feel that your work is not good enough, but your clients say, hey, John, it's good enough, this is what we want, but you say, no, this is not what, you're a perfectionist. Are you a perfectionist by nature? Are there times when your clients or your customers say that it's good enough, but you say, no, let's do it again? So are there times that happen this kind of situation?
I think the other way around more. But sometimes when I feel that certain things that I shot is already good enough, then I'll just deliver lah. But you never know. Sometimes clients' taste is different, so they want to demand more. So we just have to not really like give in, but we see what we can do to make it right. Maybe because they know their brands better than us.
Yes.
Yeah. So we need to understand it's not like, we are photographers and everything we do will be nice. It's not like that. So we have to be balanced lah. Yeah.
Sure. So when you say you deliver for clients, are they like events lah? What kind of what do you deliver to them?
Photography or in video. Yeah. Like sometimes when you finish the product, then they say, the music is not nice. Okay. Yeah. Maybe our taste is different. Or maybe they know that their brand is the product is suitable for a certain kind of music. Maybe when I put my taste, the music is different. Yeah. So we just have to change lah.
Okay.
So I cannot just this is what I like. You must have it. Cannot lah.
Okay, since you talk about video, right? So I think it's also a topic which I'm very excited because I do a lot of videos. Personally, for me, so I run training, I do a lot of videos. And so what do you think about short movie making, like InShot, where you can do it over the phone? Is it more complicated, or do you have any other apps that you suggest?
Okay, depending on what you are, the end product. I mean, what you are editing for. So because there's no one app that can do everything, you see. So you have to use multiple apps just to come up with a video. If you are talking about editing on the iPhone, all right. So we use multiple apps to come up with the video. Let's say, for example, InShot, if you are doing color grading, InShot is the worst, the color grading. So we have to do the whole video and then export it out, use another app to do the color grading.
Okay.
Yes. And then for example, InShot, you don't have layers, so you cannot put your sequence in layers, so you cannot do that. So there's another thing that.
Okay, so for beginner, let's say for somebody who want to take up photography for content, is there an app that you recommend for like beginners?
Beginners apps. I think if beginners, if you are going into photography, all those for apps is just like for me it's like garnishing. All right. So the most important thing is your basic, your composition, your cropping. Once you get that right, whatever filter you put on it, it will look nice. So sometimes you will have like a decision to make, like every filter I put also is nice. So which filter should I use? Black and white also nice. So that's when you have to think what's the story you want your viewers to view. If you are putting black and white, why black and white? If you are using a vintage filter, why vintage filter? Okay. But fundamentally the photo is already nice. All right. So so the basic is very important.
Okay. Which I can't wait for the details later. And I got enough hook. So everybody, I want to invite you to stay tuned until the end because later John wants to share with us some very practical tips and strategies. So in the meantime, I want to say hi to some people. We got Vincent and Samantha saying hi to you, John.
Hi.
All right, we got Mo Xiang saying hi to you as well.
Okay.
All right, so we got some friends at the side here saying hi. So, okay. So Charlene say, John, your Instagram is amazing, brilliant stuff.
Thank you.
Wow, so fast check you out already. Okay, good. Okay, so you come talk about interesting things, and so since just curious question, since you shoot a lot of pictures on using your phone, right? If let's say somebody want to take up photography using phone, because taking pictures or video can consume a lot of memory. Your take is, do you recommend for people to invest a phone specifically for photography, videography? What's your take
No
on
need.
this?
Okay, no need. All right. So we work with the limitation that you have. Let's say, for example, last time we started with iPhone 4. During those time, we can still take a lot of pictures and videos. But the most important thing is, let's say, for example, your smartphone don't have storage. You make sure you back up. So every time you shoot a lot of videos, you back up all the videos out. Clean them up, delete from your smartphone, and then you can reshoot again. So there is actually no problem. And if your smartphone can expand storage, it's even better. All right. So you don't need to invest in a phone which have a high capacity of storage space. Actually, you don't need to. So you just work around it.
Okay. So you talk about working in constraint. I think because I think I'm not too sure. Some people here where they get excited. Okay, let's go invest a new phone. Then
if you have money, then why not?
Yeah. So the good tips if you have money, right? Okay, good.
But I do have friends who don't back up quite a lot of things. They just keep taking photos, and if you view their photo gallery, it's like 5,000 photos. So but I do advise all the viewers, if you are watching, make sure you back up your photos and videos, because you never know. Sometimes when your phone crash and everything will be gone. All right.
So you recommend backup cloud, backup into the laptop?
Whether I think backup to the laptop for me is hard disk lah. Just backup to the hard disk. So I still have a lot of my old photos in my hard disk.
Okay. Okay, sure. All right. So I think John, why not we do it, John? So I'm very excited. I can't wait, right, for you to share with us the steps and the tips, and then later at the end, if there's any questions towards the end, we will address the questions. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, Lawrence, which we excuse ourselves and
So
John,
Wesley and I will excuse ourselves, but we will be behind the scene. You will just
really?
Yeah, no, don't worry. We are still watching. We are still here. Just that I think people, they don't want to see my round face at the moment. They want to see you. So we excuse means we will actually just be at the back scene, but we are still here.
Okay.
So as long as when you're done, you just say, Lawrence, Wesley, I'm done. Then we will come back. We will magically appear.
Yeah. Because we can still hear you. Don't worry, we can still hear
you.
All right. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to remove Lawrence first. All right. And right now, I'm going to remove myself, and then you can take it from there. Okay, John?
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I'm going to remove myself now, and you may start now.
Okay. Just now we talk about lighting. All right. So let's not talk about indoor. So we don't want to talk about the setup of the lights and all that, because there's a whole other thing. So let's talk about outdoor. All right. So because everyone can just take pictures outdoor. So how do you observe all this lighting? Now, if you are really into photography, so my advice is you go and shoot any time of the day. All right. Any time of the day, you need to go and practice. All right. Like sunrise, before sunrise, just go out, feel it. All right. Any time of the day, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. All right. Not just one day, but throughout let's say, for example, whole year, you just need to go out, shoot all this time. By the time you shoot a lot, you will understand whether which lighting is good. You can feel it. Let's say, for example, sunset. It's strange. Sometimes, let's say 3, 4 o'clock, by going out, when you're feeling the temperature itself, you will know whether it's right time to take a good portrait picture or not. Yeah, really. Like, let's say, for example, the temperature is too hot. You know it's very hot. You know it's going to be very harsh light, and you may not like that result. So you may have to wait a while. And then certain things, if you are always going out to take sunset, strangely, later on, you would know which sunset is nice. Sometimes you will know, okay, by 7 o'clock, during this, after the golden hour, maybe there will be a very pinkish sky. You will just know it, all right? And then another thing is, like, for example, if you are taking street photography, if you are going out to, let's say, Petaling Street a lot, you would know which is the best time in the morning to go to Petaling Street for street photography. Yeah. So sometimes, like, when I first started, I thought 7:30 is the best time, because when you check Google, 7:30 is the sunrise. But actually 7:30 may not be the right time to shoot at Petaling Street. So yeah, so my advice is just go out. And even Sundays, last time when we go out on Sundays, you will meet a lot of photographers who are taking street photography. You may meet one or two, and you will also, be friends with them, and they will also share with you their experience. So yeah, so that's one thing about lighting. So if you have any questions, you can ask me again later. And the other thing I want to share is which is trending, is the FaceTime shooting. All right, so I got this idea through YouTube from another photographer. So what she did was she used the iPhone FaceTime, but she used the screenshot. All right. So when we use the iPhone with the screenshot, we need to press the button and the side button. So she did that, and she found it very troublesome. All right. Then after that, she used Google Hangout. Okay. So when you shoot with Google Hangout, you can hide our own camera. Okay. So this way, you are shooting with you're shooting the model on the phone itself. All right. So let's say I'm doing FaceTime here. So I'm using my camera to shoot. So if you're following my Instagram, you would see one of the FaceTime shoot is shooting with the camera, the model and the background that I shot. So another way is using the iPhone FaceTime. Now, actually we all knew, but we forgot. So when you are doing FaceTime iPhone, if you use the latest firmware and i6 and above, there's a button for you to take picture. And when you take that picture, it's actually a live photo. So when you take that picture, your camera would not be taken. It will not be included in the picture. So you can use FaceTime on your iPhone, iPad, or even MacBook. So I tried a few. So I shot with the phone. All right, you can just take picture from here. And then I shot with FaceTime using the MacBook. I use my camera and shoot on the MacBook itself. So there's another way. So you can even use Zoom. So there are many ways you can use FaceTime shooting. The only thing is that you can't control the focus on the other side. All right. So the other person also cannot tap and focus. So that is the cons lah. And then the other thing is lighting. So sometimes if it's harsh light, you will get overexposure. So that is something that you cannot control. What else? I guess that's about it on the FaceTime shooting. Actually, I wanted to do a tutorial on this FaceTime shooting on my YouTube channel very soon. So I'm just have to do it. All right. So anything that you all want to learn?
Okay.
Wesley?
Yes,
So
I want to learn more about lighting. What about indoor lighting?
Indoor, then of course you need equipments already, like studio light. So that one you need to invest lah. All right. So like for example, right now I am actually having a studio light over here. So that's why you can see my shadow. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one thing. What else? So for lighting, like for example, my background, you can see some lights at the background. So that is also just to enhance the atmosphere lah.
Right.
Just keep the visual a little bit better. All right.
Right.
So not so boring. It's just a white background. Yeah.
Okay. So in a way,
okay.
okay.
Accessories. Accessories. Now I know what I dropped. Okay, wait. Give me a minute.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Yes, there was a light behind you just now, right? Yes.
Yes, correct. Like this is very bright. Wait, let me check. Okay, so this is a very small light. It's a LED light. So
Right.
it's aperture. So it costs about, I think, 150, 160 ringgit. But so small, it's very portable. If you're a food photographer, you always go out to take pictures of coffee and stuff like that. So it's very nice. It's just nice to use it. So it's not so glaring, Yeah. So things like this you can carry around. Yeah.
So this is an LED light, right?
Yes, LED light.
Okay. So that's the one. That is the one to actually when you take like coffee and all, just to light it up. Do you also put behind? Because what I learned is that one camera, one light, key light in front, and there's one more behind, just to give you a 3D effect. Is it?
That one is for separate background separation. All right.
Okay.
But I didn't do it here lah. So
Okay.
yeah. So if you see a rim light here, that's for the background separation.
Okay. Okay, so you mentioned about picture. What about video? Any tips for videos?
Videos, smartphone.
Yeah.
Smartphone. Okay. Okay. For videos for smartphone, the most important thing is you need to stabilize your footage. So when you shoot, so make sure it is stabilized. And if you have a gimbal, then you use a gimbal. That would really help. And then if you are not particular about the technical part, then you can just shoot and then just edit. So it's a no-brainer thing lah. But if you go into technical stuff, then there'll be a lot to learn, like all these 24 frames, cinematic style and stuff. So there'll be a lot to learn. Yeah.
Okay. So like, what about landscape portrait? When to use a landscape recording? When to use a portrait recording? Is there like any tips for that?
Okay. For example, I'm using iPhone. There's no selection like landscape or port. We don't have iPhone. So, but we use accessories. Like for example, I'm using this moment lens. So like for example, this is a wide lens. Yeah, so this is what I use. Wide lens or even 360, not 360, this 180. Yeah. So we use extra accessories to help in our video.
Oh, okay. These are again attached to phones.
Yes. So you need the case and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Any other thing in terms of a video? Okay, let's video like how do we control the focus and all? Any other tips that you want to recommend?
Controlling just one tip. All right. When you're shooting video, make sure you lock your focus and lock your exposure. So that is the most important tip lah. Make sure you lock it. All right. Because why you need to lock it is because when you shoot, when you move around, the iPhone or any other smartphone, they will automatically readjust the focus and also readjust the exposure. So you do not want that to happen, you see, because every time you move, then it will, so you get all this jitter or startling, something like that. All right. So you don't want that to happen. So you lock your exposure and lock your exposure.
Okay. Okay. Any things position maybe? When you're taking picture, let me just take one question first. Yeah, John.
Okay. Yeah.
Your friend Beat Breaker Vince say, when doing a FaceTime shoot, is there a particular pose you use?
Okay, when you're doing this FaceTime shoot, there's no particular pose. Okay. Firstly, it's because unless you're very what can I say? If you really want to plan something and you want certain pose, then you just have to work with the models lah. Otherwise, you can just let the model do what she needs to do. But you still need to look at her. When you plan with the model, you also need to look at the place, where is the lighting or any nice place or any nice spots to shoot. So that's one thing you also need to ask the model to help you to show around. All right, because we are not there, so you have to work with the model. Then after that, certain ideas you have in mind, then you just ask the model to pose. Let's say, for example, if she's on the bed, then okay, can you lie down on the bed? Stuff like that.
Okay, right. So thank you very much for the question, Beat Breaker. Okay, so you mentioned about locking the exposure, locking the focus. It's important. So is there any other things important in terms of picture, video, maybe the position, grid lines, where they are, like all those things? Anything else that you want to share with us?
Since you mentioned about grid lines, yes. Whether it's photography or videography, please put your grid line on so that you can compose your subject or your visual better. So even until now, I always keep my the grid lines on. So that is on composition. So that is something to learn as well. Yeah. So I'm not sure. So eventually, maybe after all these things are over, so maybe I'll be having some mobile videography classes.
Oh, okay. I'm excited to know, right? Okay, so when we talk about mobile videography, I mean, particularly your case, So in this case, do you normally you do videos and photo shoot normally for individuals or for businesses?
If you're talking about something creative, usually it's for my own passion. And And for this creative, sometimes I'll try to propose to clients as well, because I just cannot do the same thing or boring stuff over and over again. So sometimes when there's some techniques that you can apply to your products, so I will try to propose to clients. Yeah. Like,
So you propose to clients,
stop motion and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. So one thing I'm very curious about video, right? How do you craft the storyline, the storyboard? How do you make it into a? Sometimes we talk about videography, right? So some people got a certain story, right? Do you practice that kind of storytelling?
If you are really planning a story, yes, then you need to plan from start to finish. But for me, usually I go with the flow, especially when you travel. Sometimes you cannot plan much, because I haven't been to that place, so I'm not sure how it's going to be look like. So, but at the same time, I like this because when you are there only to see everything, then the ideas will come. So I can't plan before it.
Right.
Yeah, especially on my trip. So even though sometimes I try to plan, but I won't use the plan anyway. So but sometimes when you are there at the moment, the things are so beautiful, so you will have different ideas already. Yeah.
Okay. So basically just going with the flow, and instead of choosing the right moment, why not you just embrace and see whatever it is right there?
Correct. I even did an event shoot for my client using stop motion, but I planned there and there, not before the event. So when I was at the event, only I start thinking and start shooting. So that came up quite good actually.
Okay, so what are the things that you So I want to understand your thought processes. Like for example, you are there in the event. Let's say today you're out there. What are some of the things that in your mind to make it like to help you decide? What are some things you look out for?
Things that I look out for is, of course, the event itself. How is the atmosphere is like? How the people are interacting? What are the interesting things to shoot? Then only the ideas will start to come. And the other thing is sometimes music can inspire me with some ideas as well. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the atmosphere, the interaction, and the music.
Yes, correct.
All
so,
right.
I got this habit. Whenever I go out and shoot, I always wear a earpiece which I'm listening to music. It's very strange. Yes.
So the music is not the ambience music; it's your own music.
It's my own music. It's what I like. So I'll keep shooting, but I'm listening to my music. It's like a rhythm. Yeah. So it becomes a habit, especially when during event shoot. Yeah. I'll be wearing my music.
That's okay. No, art different a bit lah.
Yeah, correct. Like let's say for example, when I travel to Iceland, I could be listening to Enya or something, and it's like wow, okay.
So you're very on the flow, spontaneous guy lah. I could tell, huh?
Correct. I like at the moment kind of thing, because it's actually better. To me, it's actually better. It's always the element of surprise.
Okay.
So sometimes the things that the result is even better than what you have thought before. So I like that. Yeah.
All right, good. All right, I want to take this chance to invite our fellow friends who are watching right now. Oh, thank you, John Chandi, giving you a thumbs up to you, John.
Thank you.
And for those of you here right now, if you have any questions for John, feel free to drop your questions at the side. In the meantime, let me just get back Lawrence. Lawrence, perhaps if you can, let me just get back Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence is back here. Lawrence. Okay. So any one of you here, let's say over our Facebook friends watching over different platforms of John and all. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions on photography, videography right now with John. Okay. So what I would also like to highlight is that, so basically what I've learned from your interview, you mentioned a lot about embracing the moment, going with the flow. And what I like about you is that you just go and keep trying. You have to do only you will know what's your own style to suit you, right?
Yes.
So that's basically what I picked up from you. And so Lawrence, is there anything that you want to say to John?
Yeah, I'm very impressed at how you found that thing that actually will inspire you. For example, music, right? So a lot of people who know me well, there is one thing that I always do when I'm actually stressed up, when I'm actually very unhappy, is I cook. Actually, I don't eat, I cook. But the other thing
Nice.
that actually Yeah, actually, the other thing that helps me a lot is music. Actually, music is one of it that actually suits me, and actually, I get inspired. I do a lot of, I get a lot of motivation from listening to different music. So thank you so much, John, for all these tips. But I really want to ask this. You see, today's topic is about captivating content, captivating video, captivating picture. So in your own words, I mean, again, it is up to everybody's different perspective. In your own eyes, what are the products that are captivating? In what sense that they are captivating? Is it the angle? Is it the story of the picture? What is that thing that captivates you when you look into a product?
I think that one is very subjective.
Correct.
So I think if it's move you or can inspire you, with some thoughts when you're watching, then that is your inspiration already. Let's say, for example, I'm watching a 80s kind of music video, then somehow the visuals will come to mind. Maybe I want to do something that a little bit of 80s style, and then sometimes you listen to some music. Okay, this one could be a little bit more fashion, so stuff like that. So when the other day I was listening to Staying Alive,
Bee Gees.
Bee Gees. Then I actually got some idea, but I haven't got time to edit the video. So I got some friends who dance. All right, they actually do the dance. They did the dance, and they sent me the videos. I'm supposed to edit the whole thing. So hopefully it will come out very soon. Yeah, and then another thing is my advice. Let's say, for example, to viewers is. Or for those who are using platform to gain, let's say, followers or stuff like that, just keep posting. You never know what happened, because, like, for example, last time when I was using the iPhone 6, we went to Sepang and I shot the video, and that video actually got an agency to call me, and actually it's from Apple, so they used that video for their commercial. Wow. But it's not shown in Malaysia, but it's shown all over the world. Yeah, so only 12% in the world got that assignment. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's very impressive. Very impressive. So
yes,
making us proud again, John.
Wow.
So
thank you.
John, yeah. So John, I'm very. I have the next question that I think is very related, right? So, do you believe in scripted or maybe a pre-prepared, from A to Z, I'm going to shoot this A to Z very particularly, or do you prefer or believe in, okay, let's just prepare A to Z and A to maybe C, and then let's see what happens to D, E, F, G. You get what I mean? So do you believe more in scripted? Everything must be pre-prepared. Everything must be written properly. The angle must be all, where to shoot, what to shoot, who to shoot, is all done properly? Or do you believe more in, let's just go with it?
Okay, depending on the content you are making. So let's say, for example, if you really want like a vlog, so sometimes you need to actually plan it out, So like, for example, like you mentioned, like A to Z, so you need to plan it out.
Yeah.
What to shoot, maybe this is the intro, okay, I want to shoot the food. But in between, if there's something that is happening, so maybe you want to add it in. So if you have a scripted, that would help actually, so that you won't be shooting blindly, and then you don't know when to end, you see. So if you have the thoughts in mind, like maybe the start, the ending, okay, the rest are just fillers lah. So you see how you're going to fill it in. So, but whatever you need to shoot, those most important things that you need to relay, that is the one that you need to concentrate on. So the rest are, they say, B-roll, so you just put it in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for your answer for that, John.
Thank you.
So for those of you here right now, so I want to take this chance also, right? So you mentioned about you have some class, you have some videography, photography classes?
Photography classes, yes, I did before.
Okay.
Yeah, with organizations, but for mobile videography, I'm planning. So hopefully after all this MCO, then I can organize. So because I think it's time to just share everything out.
I will definitely send my team over to you, John. So please knock on them and make sure that they come back with very powerful skills to take their boss's picture that become so slim. Yeah. Yeah.
That one I can help you. That one I can help you.
Okay, so in that, how would people get to know about if you have once you launch this course? Do they follow your Instagram? I mean, like, how do people know about this?
Which one? Oh, okay. They can follow my Instagram, and then once everything is over, once I plan out my the modules and all that, then I'll be announcing lah.
Okay.
So most probably would be mobile lah. It's not the DSLR. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So interesting. So for those of you here who is keen to learn mobile videography, so check in Instagram. So it's John LMC _. Correct, right?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
All right. So you can follow John, of course. Look at his beautiful art piece and all that. So when I saw, I was like, wow, okay, finally get to speak to you today, right? So yeah, so that's interesting.
I hope it's not messy,
Art. You messy, you look at mine, it's called messy. Okay,
because
so
sometimes when I follow other people, it's like, wow, their Instagram is much nicer.
Okay, so here's my question for you. So when you say Instagram nice means what? Is it the same color theme?
Which one? You mean other people?
Yeah, you mean like when people look at, okay, how do I know that the news feed is nice? Is it like the color theme is synchronized?
Yeah, some people they use the same filters, so they have a very consistent colors and mood throughout. So that is one way of curating your Instagram. So it really depends on how you use your Instagram. So individually, it's all different. Sometimes, like for me, I just share what I do at that moment, activities. So it's different. So some people are just showing a lot of themselves, a lot of selfies. So yeah, it really depends on you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And so John, any last advice, any last tips for our viewers out there before we end today's show?
If you really want to know something and you want to ask me, you can always DM me on my Instagram. Then I'll try my possible to answer you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely DM you. All right, thank you so much for your time, John. And Lawrence, if anything you want to mention to anybody here? Lawrence?
No, thank you so much, John. Thank you so much for spending your 1 hour with us. I know it's very late already, but definitely it's not something that can be learned over 1 hour. And this is something that I'm very proud of to share with our audience today. Please go to John's Instagram. Just go and ask him. I think there are certain things that you cannot learn just over and FB Live and even My Printers. We definitely will be in touch with you. To do the necessary training and upgrading. Yeah. So thank you so much, John. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So John, before we end, we usually take a group picture. So what's gonna happen is that you will just look at the camera, and when I count 1, 2, 3, I will take a screenshot from my side.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So and we're gonna do 2 thumbs up.
Okay. 2 thumbs up.
Okay. Good. Correct. Just right. Okay. So ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much for your time. And Vincent say thanks to John. Thank you from
Thank
Vincent.
you, everyone.
All right. So Stephen saying thanks as well. Because Stephen Lu saying thank you to you. Give you thumbs up as well. All right. So thank you so much for your time again. One more time, John. So we hope to see you again. So Charles Lee say thank you, John, for sharing. Thank you, Wesley Lawrence, for organizing. You're most welcome. Okay. So and again, thank you very much, John. So we hope to see you again, and do stay in touch. And I'll definitely DM you. John _, right? Okay, thank you very much. And so I'm going to remove you from the studio.
All right. Okay.
I'm just going to do some announcements with the audience here today.
All right.
Thank you, John.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. All right. So Lawrence, you want to say anything to our viewers out there?
Well, you can go ahead first. I think you definitely have something exciting to talk about for this Saturday. So you can go ahead.
All right. Good. So thank you. And I'll see you later, Lawrence.
Sure. Thank you. For everybody else, please continue to stay with us, support My Printers. We are about at the end of our volume 3.0. I think Wesley is going to share some very interesting announcements, and I hope that we will continue to give you more content that will be able to help you. So for others, continue to stay safe and stay at home if you are not doing anything outside. Goodbye.
All right. So thank you very much, Lawrence. I'm going to remove from the screen. Thank you, Lawrence. See you later. All right. So for those of you here, thank you so much for joining today's episode here. We talk about captivating online in terms of captivating content online using video and photo. And again, for those of you here, if you want more inspiration, do check out Instagram of John LMC _. in case you want to get some inspiration. So again, the reason why we are doing right here is I want to say thank you for your time for Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week Volume 3. So just some little bit announcements for all of you here. So if you want to benefit more in terms of what you want to learn in terms of sales, so I've just prepared the 14-day sales breakthrough action plan. So right there, the comment section right there, it's tiny.cc sales and marketing for you to just click on there so that you can be able to download a free ebook from me in terms of the 14 days sales breakthrough action plan. What you need to do for the next 14 days in terms of helping you to achieve breakthrough in your sales. So that's right there, right? All right, I want to take this chance as well to just do very little announcements as this coming Saturday, what we have is that we plan to do something special. So we have been doing this for so many days already. So this Saturday, what we plan to do is that we will have this Saturday purely for Q&A, which means any one of you here that you want to pick up some little skills or you want to bring your ideas and your solution, let's say you want to get some ideas about sales and marketing, so do hop on this Saturday. We will have an open Q&A session specifically on sales and marketing. If you want to bounce off any ideas, you got some Q&As, sales call, presentation, doing videos and all. So hop on this Saturday, open Q&A for any one of you here who want to get some answers. So because we have been sharing so much information here, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 right here. So in case any one of you here on Saturday, we're going to have it on, you're going to have a Saturday coming on to have Q&A with all of you here in case you want any questions to get clarified. So how can keep in touch with us? So right there in front, I put there the ebook for you to download. Click on that link. So there's a Google form, enter the particulars, and then you'll be able to get a free ebook from me next 14 days on what you can do to achieve breakthrough in your sales. All right, so just do a very quick shout out. So do follow us on our YouTube, our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, and LinkedIn. There's My Prentice School of Life, just to keep up with our latest updates of upcoming events. And last but not least, we would love to invite all of you here to our Future Shifters Yayasan Perintis Malaysia community. So we will be sharing exciting news, updates, information, what's coming up, what's coming next, with some interaction. We'll do some polls in the group. So I'd like to invite all of you to join us in our Telegram channel, https://myparentis. So again, so join us tomorrow. And of course, Saturday, we have an open Q&A session for sales and marketing happening this Saturday evening. So we'd like to have all of you to join us and to post us any questions as related to sales and marketing to be able to get some questions clarified. All right, so with that, thank you so much for your time. And I want to take this chance to thank you for your time. Thank you for your continuous support. Send us some love, send us some thanks in case you've benefited all this while from our Facebook Live. All right, so it's 11:12 right now, and I want to say thank you for your time. To all of you here at home, stay safe, stay at home, and all of you here, I will see you tomorrow for Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week Volume 3. So till then, everybody, signing off, Wesley Chan from My Prentice. Bye-bye.